everybody, welcome to
When You Wish Upon a
Podcast. Welcome everybody, it's the Thursday morning podcast. Yay! Yeah, woke up Shadow over there like 30 minutes ago.
I'm so thrilled to be here.
You're always thrilled to be here.
So happy. Look, I'm smiling.
You look like, I don't know why, but you look like sadness almost, but not like being sad, but just like the emotion of it, like no happiness. Hi, Albert. So it's like, it's so smiling. And it's like she's not smiling.
That's why I was just like, I'm smiling.
Oh, goodness. Well, we have some good tidbit news, and then we're just going to talk about Disney. Random's Disney. But, by the way, there was a thing that happened at Disney World. Disney World settles lawsuit after drunken teen attacks child at Epcot. Right? It's just his story. And it was like, I read the whole story, and I was like, the heck? How did this happen? That's my question. That's like we're reading the story, it's like, how did this happen? Really, it blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
A Kansas City mother settled a lawsuit with Walt Disney World after suing the company because her 11-year-old daughter was randomly attacked by a drunken Mickey Mouse ear headband wearing teenager at Epcot in 2017.
It's 2019.
Yeah.
It took you 2 years to be this drunk.
No. According to the lawsuit, which sought more than $15,000 in damages in Orange Circuit Court, Melissa Weber sued Disney in 2018, accusing the company of serving alcohol to someone underage and for not keeping guests safe.
But they didn't.
See, the thing is, I don't know. I read the story and stuff, but it's like in the Orange County Sheriff's report, Weber claimed that her daughter suffered severe injuries in the lawsuit. The drunken teenager, who was a stranger, grabbed the child by her hair and threw her into a garbage can and then began punching her while on the ground on January 13th, 2017.
And you know.
Okay. The teenager, a 17-year-old girl from Naples, I guess, was also accused of attacking another person at the park and was arrested and charged with child abuse, battery, and criminal mischief, according to the report. Reportedly, the 17-year-old was at Epcot with her boyfriend and a friend, and all three appeared to be drunk when the fights broke out, according to the sheriff's report. So all three of them were drunk. Now, my question is, how old is the boyfriend and how old is this friend? Because, and I'm going to take this as experience because I went to Epcot. I did drink at Epcot, but they did ask for my ID. They were good about it. So really, Disney's really diligent about it. So that's what I'm trying to say. They could be all three appear drunk, but that's my question. They tell her how old she is, the one that was the aggressor.
Did you ever? Here's a better question. Did you ever stop to think that
Well, that's my question is because if you let me know how old the friend and the boyfriend were,
that's
because I could see this happening if the friend and the boyfriend are, we'll just say they're 21 or at least around that age. We'll just say I don't know their age. That's the problem. It's like if they're like close to that, I could see them buying the drink and giving it to her.
No, because even then Disney would ask the person in question.
Depends if they kept an eye on it. That's the question. But also too, and this is another thing too. Disney does watch. They do watch people, but they do watch how drunk you get because they do try to stop all that as much as possible. I know Epcot's more the quote-unquote adult part, per se, because they allow drinking. They allow alcohol, which, well, the other parks really don't have alcohol being served. Epcot's the main one where you can just go walk up to somebody and get an alcoholic drink and you'll be great, But the thing is, they still check your ID because I got checked.
Yeah. So
every time I went and got an alcohol.
Back to my original thing.
Well, and they could have a fake ID. I don't know, but nobody's like.
They could have had either a fake ID or B slipped it into I don't know, thermos, like a little fucking whatchamacallit, bottle of water. I mean, hell, vodka and water are both pretty much one and the same.
I mean, true.
And Disney doesn't question it. They just see it as a bottle of water.
Yeah, because I don't really check like what you bring in besides like CBD oil, but other than that.
Other than that, you can easily slip in an alcoholic beverage, as long as it looks like a normal beverage.
But the thing is, too, like, Naples, if I'm correct, Naples is overseas, right?
Yes.
But she's still underage, too. In her area, Europe, it's 18.
Yeah.
So she's still underage. So technically, she really, in both ways, like, you can't just...
She broke
both laws, basically, because she can't drink in her own, in Europe, when that's, like, legal age is 18. You can't drink until you're 21 here in America. So she basically was underage both ways. So, like, you can't use the excuse, oh, I'm from so-and-so country, blah, 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 but you're still underage because they don't allow you to drink until 18. Mm-hmm. So, I mean...
Anyways. So...
yeah, here we go. But also, it's the 17-year-old's friend dropped her cell phone to the ground and attempted to pick it up, but fell to the ground to her knees due to being intoxicated near the Spaceship Earth attraction, according to the report.
Mm-hmm.
According to the incident report, the commotion started when Colette Santana, at the time, a 25-year-old park guest, headed toward the park exit with her friends, who she told to go around the Mickey Mouse ear headband-wearing teenager still on the ground. This upset the teenager when Santana and her friends didn't offer to help her, so she swore at them. So this is the first incident. This is the first person she attacked before the little girl. She kind of got pissed off because they didn't help her.
Who?
That's when the 17-year-old ran up and began throwing punches, says Santana. The teenager hit Santana in the ear with a closed fist. According to the incident report, this was when men and other people came to the rescue and broke up this attack by this unknown woman. After the altercation, Santana and her friends went into the bathroom, and when they emerged, a crowd had gathered. In it was a child on vacation with her family from Kansas who was attacked. The 17-year-old teen who had punched Santana grabbed the child by her hair and pulled her down violently into a trash can. The child told deputies. The child fell onto the ground and cracked her $700 phone. The girl curled up into a ball on the ground. She told authorities while the 17-year-old punched 4 or 5 times with a closed fist and slapped her across the face. According to the lawsuit,
so she just went out shit-faced and attacking everyone.
Like she ran into the. Well, to me it sounds like she's
again, she ran into the bathroom prior.
No. That wasn't 17. This is the first person that got attacked. This is when the person that got attacked first. They came out of the bathroom and saw that more stuff was happening. The crowd was grabbing, and then they saw the little girl getting, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there was 2 separate attacks. But
so she got overly intoxicated. And
to me, it looks like she's a mean drunk, basically, depending on what she had. But it looked like she was a mean drunk.
Either way,
I mean,
you wouldn't be. It wouldn't be Disney's.
According to the lawsuit, since the attack, the little girl has suffered from anxiety, fear, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Court documents do not reveal the amount of the settlement, and neither Disney nor the Weber's attorneys will comment to Orlando sentence. Whatever, the newspaper there or whatever.
Interesting. So, did you hear about Disney's extra hours?
Yeah, I knew about the extra hours. It's the villain's extra hours, by the way. No. They have a villain show going on right now.
Oh, so the extra magic hours vary by the park. Disney's Hollywood Studios, including Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge, Toy Story Land, and attractions or more.
Actually, that's already been part of it. It's like if you own a resort, you can get extra hours. If you stay at their Disney resort, you get those perks. It's not.
They now start at 6 a.m.
Yeah, well, that's the beginning. Extra hours. Then you have because there's some people that have breakfast reservations at certain restaurants. They do open for those people, so they're in the park before, anything else. But that's nothing new. There's no offense, that's nothing new. It's kind of like, add another perk. Also, a new Pixar movie coming out next summer.
Oh, cool.
Goddamn, gotta be corrected on everything.
You'll live to learn with it.
It's like nothing like new. It's just there. This maybe like the hours changed.
Yep. Okay.
Basically.
So.
But there is a new Pixar movie coming out next summer on June 19th of 2020 that they announced during Pixar and Disney.
Amazing.
It's called Soul. Soul. Soul.
Cool. So apparently, Disney's also suing appraiser Rick Singh over tax assessments for the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and hotels. So I guess back in 2015, he was doing illegal appraisal practices on the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and the Animal Kingdom. And these false appraisals, well, at first Disney thought they were real, and then the taxes came back and they really almost got screwed every fucking time. So they sued this guy for 5 accounts. Well, 5 accounts, but 11 lawsuits recently filed. Yeah. Disney's also contesting the assessments of the other properties, including its luxury resorts, such as the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, that Singh's office originally assessed at $201 million, and the Animal Kingdom assessed at $185 million. The increases of assessments in our property has been unreasonable and unjustified since 2015. Until the values are corrected, we will continue to dispute the errors by the property appraiser, as any property owner in Orange County would do. Wow. So he's trying to basically appraise them for less than what
but like
they,
I said, but
what
this
they
is
originally
like nothing
are.
new. I could see this happen because it's a big company. Somebody's going to do something. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's news, but then it's like it can happen because I mean, there's no way you're going to get something like a business like this to go, you know, without harm in some way.
Those who are interested in Lyft, you'll be surprised to know that you can now request a minivan,
I know. It's called minivans, yeah.
All the way from your airport to Disney.
Minivans could have done that before too. It's just Disney's own Uber/Lyft
I think it's adorable.
company. But now since like Lyft's like allowing you can use a Lyft app to get a minivan. But Pixar announces new film Soul hitting theaters next summer. I'm trying to get back to where it was. Pixar, the hit animation studios behind Toy Story 4 and so many fan favorite films revealed the announcement of an all new project on social media on Tuesday, and fans everywhere already can't get enough. In the announcement, which Disney and Pixar share across virtually all of social media accounts, Pixar states, 1 year from today, Pixar Animation Studios will take you on a journey from the streets of New York City to the cosmic realms to discover the answers to life's most important questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we get out of it, of that movie. So it's like, it's still in production, but that's what it is. It's like you go from New York City to some cosmic realms and to answer life's most important questions.
Right.
Which, who knows what those are, or what Disney considers those are life's important questions.
All right.
But that's the new Pixar movie that's coming out in 2020, June 19th.
Okay.
But
Soul, S-O-U-L.
yeah, the second one.
All right. Do I look good for the camera?
I guess. I don't know what.
In today's financial news, the Disney stock went down 26 points.
But it'll go poppy back up after this weekend.
It's going down today by 0.26 points, resulting in a now steady price of $140.82 and slowly increasing and decreasing as we speak.
It's going to do a little fluctuating between weeks, probably.
Yes. In the upcoming weeks, for those who are interested in being a bear, do not be a bear, be a bull. Rush for it, buy it now. With the Avengers Endgame coming back to theaters, ticket prices are going to skyrocket, profits going to skyrocket, and then Toy Story 4
coming out tomorrow.
and all this other new material, it's going to skyrocket continuously. And again,
And I think it'll go down after the fact of Toy Story 4 and the whole thing.
I don't think
for a
it's-
few weeks until
Yeah.
Lion King comes. I'm talking about for a few weeks until Lion King comes out officially.
either way, Disney's projected stock standings are going to possibly reach up to 200 to possibly 230 per share. So if you're getting on the ball now to buy a share, you do have options of 1, 5, 10, hundreds, and thousands. So if you are interested in buying a stock, buy a stock now while it's still low, considerably low. And at least when you sell, you'll be making a nice $60 to $80 profit out of it, as well as your original cost.
Mm-hmm.
So, that being said, let's go back to interesting Disney things. So, have you guys ever gone to a store and you found something collector item related that you were just like, ooh, I want that? Well, we found.
Well, let's just say we went on a Disney adventure last weekend, basically.
It wasn't last week. It was about 2 weeks back.
No, last weekend.
No, it's when we had your off week.
Last weekend. Last Saturday was our.
Because we found it at a garage sale.
Oh, you're going to go that way. Okay, so basically that's almost 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, we went to the garage sale. That's how we found this. Well, no, we found this at the.
No, that was like about a month ago.
Yeah, this was about a month ago.
Okay.
This was about a month.
I didn't know which one you were going at, so I didn't know. So that's why I was doing the time there.
Ago, and we found this lovely item.
Well, this is what we found at the local antique store here in Kansas.
We found the Uncle Remus's Stories.
You can't see it.
Oh.
It's glary. You had to.
I know. But we found the Uncle Remus Stories. It's the actual stories prior to the Song of the South.
Or basically what Song of the South's based on.
Yep.
So we found that at our local antique shop here in Kansas.
We have found a few other items, but they're mainly book related.
Well,
Like movie based books. Like
fighting to be correct on something you don't
Dalmatians.
know about Pink.
Yeah, like 101
What do you mean I'm fighting to be correct on something you don't know about? What are you talking
Little
about?
Mermaid, Sleeping Beauty,
Oh, some
more
of this is-
101 Dalmatians, some Aladdin. Yeah,
So- some of these
them
are-
are yours.
That I already had already previously.
Either way, we got books and books and books. And
Well, we found a lot of books. So let's just go with that. If you're looking for like the other garage sale ones, they're down here by the container right there.
yes.
That's the other stuff that we found at the garage. The other garage sale that we went to.
We've also found a few other items, more books, because everybody loves books, right? Right. And we found 2 amazing puzzles.
And it has Walt Disney on the back.
One of Tigger,
Looks like it's like a vintage thing.
thank you,
Well, no, I'm talking about
and
the.
one of Mousecomania, because it's Mickey Mouse.
Not for sure if they have all the pieces in because we haven't tried to attempt it.
Nor will I want to attempt it.
Most of the stuff is for keeps, for now. Certain ones we're going to keep, and there's certain ones we're just going to.
I finally convinced her to say mentally yes to the idea of selling the Disney Cellugraph, but in the future, kind of like wait on it like an investment, like a stock or a bond, because it is worth more in later on.
Yeah.
So it may not be like immediately, because again, they range between 300 to 600 now, but give or take 20 years when it's at its 100th anniversary.
Roughly, I don't know, like when it is. We have to look at the the date.
1946 or something.
Was it?
No, well, no, 1941.
I think it was 41. No, maybe? I think Pinocchio was 41.
Hold
So no,
on.
Pinocchio was like early 40s, like 1940 or
Hold on.
1941. And then, or it might be in the mid 40s.
Yeah, I'll look it up right now. Okay.
Yeah, not for sure.
Just
So
in
after
case
World War III, right? Oh, so after World War III. It'd be worth
Yeah, Dumbo 1941 cell.
Okay, so it is 41.
Yes.
So so we're looking at, because it's going to be what? It's 2021 will be its anniversary.
2019 minus 1941. Right now it's currently 78 years old.
So it'll be
So
90,
if we,
20.
if
So
we waited
look at
2 more years, it would
Or-
reach its 80th. 20,
90th.
2020,
it's gonna be-
2021, it'll reach 80.
Yes, it'll be 90 in 20 years.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No.
Well, yes.
No, 10 years. It'll be 90 in 10 years. 12
Oh,
years.
whatever. 20.
12 years. By 22 years from now, or, yeah, 22 years from now, it would be its 100th. Don't correct me.
I'm just looking at you.
No,
trying
don't
to,
correct me. I know my math.
I didn't say that. I'm just looking at you trying to do it. That's why I'm just sitting there. I'm not saying nothing.
Good, because you're looking at me like with this weird expression on your face, like, oh boy, here we go.
Well, I'm just sitting there making sure you figured
22
it out.
years. 22 years. So if we sell it at the 100th anniversary at 22 years, it could easily range up a higher
But it
profit.
depends if how many people want that, you know. The man math.
Yeah.
But also,
Let me math.
but we also went on a Disney excursion last weekend to the Disney store that was closest to us in general sense. We went to Oklahoma City because that was the closest Disney store we could get to. And we did get some good hauls from there. One is what he's wearing as a shirt, which is
It's a lovely Jack Skellington.
he actually fell in love with that shirt when he looked at it because it has scenes from the movie and characters, and it fits all.
It has Oogie Boogie as his nose.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying. But it has the characters, and then you have Sally in one of the eyes
What?
over here. That's Sally right there.
Hmm?
On the little thingy way over there, that little person.
Mhm.
That's Sally.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So basically, you got the scenes, and then I got, of course, this Ariel shirt from the store.
Yeah,
They were having a big sale going on.
I
It
love
was-
how you point boobs first at the camera, like.
You know what? Shut up about that. Anyways, and you got more shirts than just that one.
Yes,
You
I got
a-
a Timon and Pumbaa No Worries t-shirt, and I have a Goofy Ladies Man t-shirt.
So yeah, he got 3 shirts. I got 1 shirt, and also we did get these lovely mugs that we're using right now. Mine has a Mickey donut, which is actually a thing at the place, but there's wording on it, and it says, "I run on Disney and caffeine." Literally had to get this cup because this is totally my cup. And then Dan's gonna show you his cup. Ariel. There's Dan's cup.
I guess no one, who doesn't want some genie in their life?
Hashtag bug life.
Although, the sad thing is it doesn't provide for, some wishes.
Yeah. And also we got these lovely things in front here too. We got the 3 good fairies from Sleeping Beauty. Wait, hashtag Disney Mug Life. but really, I think even Dan saw this, and when he read it, he was like, yes, this is totally you. This is your mug. I run on Disney and caffeine. Pretty much that's my life. But we do got the 3 good fairies from Sleeping Beauty up here, and then behind them is this lovely glass cup of Beauty and the Beast. It was the actually last one at the store of these glasses.
And they were at a cheap price. Originally they would sell for about $30-$40. I think
Yeah.
we got them for like 12.
Well, it was $11.99 originally, but then we got the extra 20% off.
No, it was higher than
No,
that.
it was $11.99.
Really?
It was $11.99 on the sticker. Well, you took off the sticker.
Well, that's probably, but
But it was $11.99, but it was like less 20% from that. That's what we got it for.
yeah, but
so it was like
did you see
it
the
was
original
$9.
prices?
It was $9 and something because I remember because they were like, oh my
No,
god,
I know.
you got
But
it
I'm saying,
from.
like, did you see what the original price was for the undented boxes? They're like $30-$40.
No, but this is the last one. They would have sold it. They would have had the thing, even though if it wasn't bent, they still would have had it on sale
This is weird.
because it's been there for a while.
Because, oh my goodness, it is bent out of shape.
But we got the last one. I mean,
Like-
as long as the cups are not damaged, I don't care about the box. I know it could be worth something with the box, but also too, if you have a damaged cups, You would be good too.
I don't know. You want to find out?
I mean, if you want to open it, I'm not worried about selling these. These are going to be mine for till the day I die. They could be buried with me for all I care.
No thanks.
How would you know? You might die before I do.
No thanks.
I didn't say you. I was talking about myself.
You'll die by yourself?
No, I was talking about myself of these being buried with me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Good God.
No, I'm Dan.
I'll quit that.
This is how bacon is supposed to be.
I think that's all we got from the Disney store, didn't we?
No. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because then we went to Hot Topic.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
that Kingdom Hearts 3 t-shirt.
You got the Kingdom Hearts 3 t-shirt, and you got Riku, and then you got the cereal, which was kind of a waste almost, basically. Almost a waste of $5.
It looks nice. I like it. Shut face. You know what you should be doing with the face? You should be shutting it. That face needs shutting. Oh, that is so beautiful.
Are they plastic or are they glass?
Glass.
Oh, they are glass. Wow.
No chips, no dings, no dents.
Made in China.
Made in China.
I'm sorry, every time you start talking about that, like how Donald Trump does now, I have to say China like that.
Made in.
Damn, she's plotting a murder for Dan. Yeah, I'm plotting. But they're really good detailed cups, by the way, guys.
No,
and they're glass.
Oh, no, this one's going to be her main cup because it has Beauty and the Beast but in pink.
But I like this one too with Belle and Beast. This is a cute one.
I got some biceps to spare.
With the actual original, like the lettering of the Beauty and the Beast is the original one from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's. Why are you putting them back in there? Might as well just keep them out. We could put them in the thing in the dining room with all the other stuff. But yeah, these are never going to be used. They're just going to be there for show. But yes, these are the Disney
They're
cups.
totally going to be used. Ooh, excuse me.
Oh, we're going to put Merryweather in them in the freaking things. What? There. How you good now? Those are good fairies.
You know what?
What?
It's all good. They're all B cups in a cup.
Wow, that okay. That is crazy crap.
Uh-huh. So, is there any more Disney discussions you have for today particularly?
Unless you have something else that you can figure out.
Okay.
I have like nothing like besides Toy Story 4 is coming out, guys, so if you go get a chance to watch it, go watch it this weekend. I won't get to watch it until Monday when I get off work. So I have maybe this time I'll make sure we go to a theater that has nobody in it. No, I doubt there's any songs I'm going to be singing at. But for Lion King, I'm really seriously thinking about waiting going into.
So...
Oh, right, Albert, yeah. But no, they're not the chipmunks. They're the good three good fairies from Sleeping Beauty. Now I get you on the 144p.
Yes, because 144 penis.
Haha.
But
But I'm thinking for Lion King, because I know I'll probably want to sing, I probably might wait and like go to a late one or something. Where, you don't see a lot of people going to. But I guarantee, like, even after the fact of the weekend, I'd probably still get a lot of people. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out when Lion King does come out.
Oh.
What?
Keep in mind that our fiscal year ends September 30th.
Whose fiscal year?
The Disney's fiscal year.
Oh.
It ends September 30th. So if people are going to do stocks, do them now and then sell on the 29th.
Of September?
Yeah, before the fiscal year closes, their fiscal year, and then buy again when at the start of the 30th because that's their new. Well, actually, technically, November 1st? October 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so there's Frozen 2, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker in December.
Yeah, that's gonna be good for the people that are in Star Wars. Me, not so much. I'm just going to let the people with Star Wars deal with that one. That's their thing.
Fuck you, Bob Iger.
But I know in March 2020, Mulan will come out. The live action of Mulan is supposed to come out, unless for some odd reason they pushed it back. But so far I haven't heard anything about Mulan. All I know is like it's coming out in 2020. That's all I know, and it's in March.
Mm.
Oh, and we have Maleficent
Yes.
movie coming out in October.
Yes.
That actually looks good. I was kind of skeptical on that one, but it actually turned out to look really cool after we saw the preview on Aladdin. I was like, okay, I can get into this now. I was just kind of like worried, like, how are you going to do this when you pretty much did the whole story in the first one, like even before her, before she showed up or whatever, like how she grew up, I guess. But it's more like after the fact of Happy Ever After. We're gonna see what happens.
Spellbinding magic shots available during Disney Villains After Hours at Magical Kingdom Park.
Sounds really kind of cool, but it's like, well, buku's of money to get.
Select nights through August 8th. You can celebrate Disney's beloved baddies at Villains After Hours at the Magic Kingdom Park. At the summer event, experience the all-new night show, Villains Unite the Night. Wow, that's a mouthful. The Maleficent dragon breathing fire for the first time at night, wickedly good food and beverages selections, and as well as special branded merchandise. Tickets are limited and selling fast, so get yours now.
Yeah, it's probably sold up, because if it's a new show like that and people are going, they're going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
More or less, I'm like, sounds interesting, but it's not like anything I want to dive into.
But you could do all this for $69. As well, they have Disney-styled adult beverages in their Epcot Center around that same time.
There was a freaking adult beverage at the one at Hollywood Studios for Fantasmic, and that's where I got the cup from.
So I guess they're gonna have villain-inspired themed alcoholic beverages, like shots and shit.
Pretty much stuff that you can make at home.
Right?
Cheaper.
Are you kidding me? So, there's a way to make alcohol glow without it being, like, toxic or whatever?
Put it in a cup that lights up.
No, there's an...
I know, I'm just saying, because that's why I got a cup that light up the
so it's like,
drink.
Jesus Christ, I can make a fucking alcoholic beverage and call it the Pumpkin King or the Oogie Boogie Man or something.
Only you, Albert. Only you.
So. Oh, right. So Disney recently announced at the Square Enix E3 thing about the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC that I've been talking about, Remind.
Mm-hmm.
It has English and Japanese voice acting, so you can choose between the two. They have English subtitles included. It's a completely new world, completely new storyline that's still within the realm of the story, but it doesn't change the overall story. New Keyblade, new boss, all that jazz. They are supposedly going for December of this year or start of next year with the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
No word on pricing yet, but knowing them, it's Square Enix, they really don't charge too much for DLC. Case in point, the Life is Strange episodic game. They literally charged full retail price, like, because originally it was episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 5, but they charged like $5-6 for each episode, which is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the length of each episode is roughly the size of your average Sega Genesis game, roughly about an hour or two with the gameplay. So you get kind of like a feel,
Yeah. Also, I have a little thing, and it depends on you guys. Do you guys, if I could try, do you guys want me to do the live streaming for D23, which is in August? I think I could pull it off in some ways, but I gotta see. Because Like, I want to see, like, the ones, like, with movies coming out. You know, reactions with certain movies coming out. I'm thinking about trying to do at least that. A lot of people don't know about D23 unless you're a Disney person.
Bigger question is will you get hit from Disney?
Not as much, because I played Disney music. I did, like, okay, for, like, this example, my Sims ones, and I have instrumental. The only thing I got hit with instrumental ones is not Disney themselves. It's just other people, like, what they did or whatever. If it was their instrumental, like, if they did that or some other schmuck took the claim for it. But Disney has not, so far as I've been on here, Disney has not hit me with any copy claims or strikes or nothing. And I've done, you know, enough Disney stuff, like with music and games and stuff like that. And they have not hit me. Like, not them personally, but other people, you know, how other people can just go and, like, hey, click, I claim that, even though you don't have shit for it.
Right.
But I was thinking of doing that just to see, let people know what D23 is and look what it looks like. More or less, I don't want to do the whole thing, but, like, maybe the thing about movies that are coming out in the next 10 years, 5 years, well, I don't know how far they go, but, you know, the next few years. So what we're excited, talk about it, and what they show about it. Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of asking as an opinion, do you guys want me to try to live stream if it's, hopefully it's on my week off so I can actually, I think it is on my week off, it is. So I might be tired because I'm doing some overtime during that time, but I can try to pull it off. Coffee, great friend. Like I said, I run on Disney and caffeine. Yep. But that's what I'm just starting to think. You know, like how everybody was doing E3, I was like, why don't I just try to do D23?
Right.
Let people see the Disney live streaming for their Comic-Con type stuff. So, but other than that, there's not much else to really talk.
There really isn't much in the news of Disney.
It was kind of pretty much a quiet week.
Yeah, it really was.
Basically, we'll probably get some. Our next podcast will be talking about Toy Story 4. So get ready for that for spoilers.
I do have a question before we end the stream. So I guess.
Or the podcast.
What are your thoughts on Donald Glover and Beyonce Knowles as Simba and Nala?
I don't know per se because it's like I don't want to sound like, you know, that type of person that's like, you know, still nostalgia, but just in me in general, like I don't know too much about Donald Glover because I really haven't really like followed him like. Even the singing and stuff like that. Not too many
people know of his, like, you know, rap, Alter, Childish and Gambino.
Like, nobody really knows him, so I'm not gonna...
People know him a lot.
But they know him, but I mean, not in the per se.
He's not, like, well known, like,
but he's
as you would, like, Robin Williams or someone.
Yeah, like, he's known, but he's not known. So it's kind of like he's still in the footsteps of getting there, you know, like, becoming somebody. Yeah,
even though he's had a long career.
But a lot of times long careers take forever to get to that shoot-off star power. The one I'm kind of iffy on is Beyonce because I just know her style of singing. Just I don't know if I can feel because I think Nala's a little bit more like she is kind of like oh, I'm gonna get after you, but then she's kind of also timid.
Then again, I
feel like you know.
It depends to me because Donald Glover, I bet, can sing because he can sing.
Well, like I said, I'm not going to diss him because I don't know him very well. I'm giving him a chance.
Yeah, no, he's as a comedian / actor. Like I've watched some of his work, he's good, really good. I'll give him a chance. I'll give him a clean slate on this.
Because he's not a big celebrity, big star power person right now.
At least.
Well, not at this moment. Like you know, like how some people because
this will kind of skyrocket his career.
This one, if he does it, if it's done correctly, like if it, like you know, to the thing, this could be either a make it or break it for him in some ways. Like you know. Either be a good thing or a bad thing, you know? Like, you can get some people who are going to say, he did really, really, really awesome. Like, it could be like that. Just shoot off, like, you're great. You're in the A-list. Right now, he's, like, in the B right now. In celebrity form, he's the B. Like, he's still there rising, but he's in the B status right now because he hasn't hit that mind yet of, like, that's going to take him to the A-list, the over top, where everybody will know him. Like, internationally to America to everything.
People know him a lot because of that This Is America song.
Well, besides that, but I'm talking about, like, yeah, besides, unless, you know, you're not watching YouTube and you're living under a rock or something, but, like, I don't know. I know of what he did, but it's not me as, like, you know, oh, thank you for the raid. Oh, we got a raid.
Thanks, Lost.
Thank you, Lost. And welcome. So, but also, so it's like with him, it's like he's still in the B status, like, because he's not over the top quite yet. You know? So that's why I'm going to say Donald Glover, I'm giving him the clean say he's that B status. He's not like, you know, the A-list of, you know, everybody should know him, like, you know, from your great-grandma to the next baby that's born, you know?
Yeah. But, like,
But Beyonce is just, like, I don't know yet. I'm kind of weary on her a little bit as being Nala. Because I'm just, even watching the Broadway play and the animated version of Lion King, she's, in Solo.
I believe so.
I haven't watched the movie, but
I think he was. I think he played Lando Calrissian.
Probably. I don't watch Star Wars.
I still can't believe I remembered that character's name.
Congratulations. But yeah, I think he might be. I can't really put, because like I said, I don't watch Star Wars, so I don't know for sure.
Holy shit.
But like I said, now to Beyonce, I'm just kind of wary because of how she sings, like that roughness of her singing. I mean, I believe she can go timid. I know she can, but I just don't know how well she's going to fit the role of Nala.
Well,
just in general.
It also depends on, one, her musical direction, and two, how Disney and the directors wanted her to sing.
That's also true.
Because a director could also make and break an actor / actress.
Yeah, because it could not be her, she could be them. But, you know, that too, that's what I'm trying to say. It's kind of like, right now, I'm iffy on it with her. Because it's like, Nala's character is very, like, a timid and almost timid and aggressive at the same time. Like, she can be aggressive when she needs to be, but she's also, not a character that's going to, like, you know, the whole Scar situation, she didn't sit there and fight Scar. She was more, you know, she was like a background character almost up until the end where she tried to get, you know, Simba to go back home. But other than that, she was pretty much a back character. So she wasn't like, she was kind of main, but she wasn't fully main characters. It was mostly like Simba, Scar, pretty much those two.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, kind of.
Timon and Pumbaa were also a main focal point in that movie. It was just like, yeah, there was like 5 main, because it's Mufasa, obviously.
Yeah.
There was like Mufasa, Simba, the hyenas, Scar, Timon and Pumbaa.
Pretty much. Those are the kind of focal points of characters.
Yeah.
More
Rafiki and Nala were, more like
side characters. And so was Sarabi.
Yeah.
They were more of the side characters, like they were there, but they didn't have, per se, too much of a big roles besides, like, you know, like I said, when Nala came to tell Simba to go back and then Rafiki did the same thing. That was like their own main parts, basically, and that was it. And you're like, eh. And Rafiki could be kind of, but not fully either, of a main character either. He's like that 50-50, like, because he was at the beginning, you know, and during the little kid time, and then he kind of left her a little bit. Then he came back to the adult.
Yeah, but it's like, there's little snippets, you know.
I mean, because he was in there a lot. I know, right? But, so, like, I'm just saying with Beyonce being Nala is just going to be kind of interesting. And also I kind of want to know is, like, they're trying to go with the animated, but are they going to add some Broadway stuff to it? Because in the Broadway play, because I did see Lion King on Broadway, there is an extra song for Nala to sing, you know, and then it's like right before she goes, that was trying to find help type thing. She's talking about.
I'm guessing.
But I don't know if they're going to add it or not, or add her an extra song.
I'm guessing because they added a brand new song for Aladdin that we never thought.
But the way the director, who is Jon Favreau, I can never get his last name. But he kind of keeps it, like, even he did that in the Jungle Book. He kept it consistent to the actual animated one. Maybe a few tweaks here and there, but not very much anything noticeable.
For those who don't know who Jon Favreau is, he also played one of the agents in the Avengers movies.
He's pretty well known and as a comedian too.
Yes.
Like, he has some movies out there too.
Yes.
But recently he's been more on the behind the scenes with directing lately. Let's just go with that. But
isn't he also the director for The Lion King?
Yeah, he is. That's what I was trying to say, because I'm talking about him. He's kind of old school almost still, making it live action, but I don't know if he's going to do like, because he did Jungle Book, he did do that one, and if you really watch it, yes, it's kind of stays to the animated version. There's like maybe a tweak here and there, but nothing too big, you know? Like you wouldn't notice these tweaks. It's just like, because it flows pretty well.
Yeah.
As in, like, say, versus like Aladdin, because it wasn't them, but you could tell there was the
difference. Aladdin was, yeah, but there was, he pulled an M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong with Jafar's powers, but in a way it truly showed a different side of how powerful Jafar's powers really were outside of, you want to see a snake, turns into a snake.
And then just, like, it turns people.
Yeah,
like
he had, like, these other ungodly powers of, like, making Iago into this giant, fucking terrifyingly big,
Well, and it was nice.
Bird.
But I still would like to him.
But at the same time, his powers, he could have just screamed alone and sucked everybody towards him, including the lamp, and so it's like, okay. Even without, like, using his staff, he could just, and fucking bring it all together.
Yeah, but staff was a crutch for him, basically. But I'm just saying, like, Aladdin, you could see the tweak, like, you could see the changes right there in front of your face. With John, with his stuff, like with Jungle Book, you could never tell there was something like, there was tweaks, but you would not notice them, like that. You would have to, like, rewatch the movie and be like if somebody told you, like, hey, that was
Guy Ritchie did a great job with Aladdin, though.
But he did do a good job. And I'm not trying to say he didn't do bad, but
personally, though.
How do you guys feel on expanding the stories of classic Disney movies? I like it. That's what the new Maleficent movie is doing right now. That's coming out this October.
So she originally hated the new Maleficent trailer
until
she was like, oh, what the fuck is this? They're making a sequel after a movie should have been done and over with. And then she watched the trailer and it's like,
it was on Aladdin's trailer.
Yeah, it was on Aladdin's trailer, and it pretty much showed of like, oh, what happens after Happily Ever After, and she tries to start this war.
Well, not her per se. It was somebody else, and she was going to fight the war.
Yeah.
Basically. So I'm kind of like, this is.
So it's kind of like what happens after the Happily Ever After.
Unless he's asking like, still sticking with the same movie like Aladdin, but you're expanding more.
I kind of like that premise too, because it takes. I wouldn't say they're really so much expanding. I think they're leveling.
Or they're filling. They're basically filling plot holes because they're
balancing the story.
But they're also filling in plot holes, like
that's what I mean. Like, they're taking out plot holes. They're taking out plot holes that never made sense in the beginning. They're filling in ones that made sense but needed more questioning.
Actually, I don't think so. I think they're just adding more to the movie, basically, because, like I said, like for example, Beauty and the Beast. They filled in a lot of plot holes. Like, you're just like...
Yeah, you knew what happened to Belle's mom.
What happened to this? What happened to Beast's family? Because it's all of a sudden he's ruling. You don't know what else happened, So, I mean, I'm kind of liking how live action is taking the movies and filling some plot holes, too, in the process where it seemed like in the animated they were, like, rushed. Like, we got to get this movie out and make it good. So they, like, tried to figure out, oh, this sounds good. And, and everybody loved it. But,
Yeah.
But that's how I feel like, even with Disney's time, he was rushed. To me, I feel like he rushed. He never, I don't feel like he took the time to sit there and realizing how the story should go make sense but having a lot of holes in them. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm kind of excited to see how the live action Lady and Tramp's going to play out, even though they're using real dogs, but I want to see how that's played out. And then watch the animated one and see.
I have a more interesting question.
Besides the whole racist thing.
What if they reboot, what if they reboot an old classic that was already live action?
Oh, there was a lot of them.
No, I mean, what if they reboot an old classic that was live action? Let's say today's version of, they redid Homeward Bound.
That one might be hard to even touch, basically. That one's going to be very, very hard to touch.
Yeah, because it was really good.
They did good. I don't think that one should ever be touched. If it gets touched, I'm going to be looking at them like, you are stupid people.
No,
it played out.
To me,
it played out well, and they didn't do anything But both perspectives, filling plot holes and explaining the original story, but also expanding into sequels. I would, personally, I would like to see Happily Ever after the fact of Happily Ever Afters, and then like I said, that's why I like Little Mermaid 2, Return to Sea, and Simba's Pride to the second Lion King. They talked about happily ever after with kids. I want to see most of these other princesses have kids and see what other stuff they could do. You know, more realistic, like, we got to take care of this kid. We got to make sure this kid's okay. You know, that's why I kind of liked Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea. I love Lion King, Simba's Pride, because it talked about their kids, too. It's like they have kids. They're not just like, oh, happily ever after, we're done. We don't know what happened after. Did you get divorced? Did you have kids? What happened? I'm like, come on, expand the stories a little bit. Like, have a life. For all I care, I would love to see one where it's like
Snow White 2. All of a sudden she's single again.
Well,
and her happily ever after ended
poorly or something. I don't know.
You know, or she lost the love of her life to something, a battle, a war,
or sickness, or something. Or even for that fact, it's like, oh look, we're married, blah blah blah. Oh look, we lost the kingdom. Now we're poor.
Yeah.
Now we try to survive as
humble peasants.
Yeah. Type thing. I kind of would like you could get some realistic, but then like a twist to it would still be in a fairy tale. Like maybe they come back to ruling another country.
Yeah, no, go back. Rags to riches story.
Yeah, like they go from riches to rags, then we go back again. They worked for it, or like the kid worked for it. I don't care. Like somebody worked for it. I mean, it'd be nice if Disney kind of got that mindset of originality of like that. Like put some realization of real life stuff going on. Maybe even Yeah, she did. At the end of the movie, basically that's the indication she got married after the prince kissed her.
Even though she was like what, 16?
14.
14. Ugh.
She's so far considered the youngest Disney princess.
Still, like, ugh.
She was only 14 and he was supposedly about 18, 19. Yeah, basically late teens, early 20s, basically. That's where he was.
Pervert!
But yeah, so it's like I kind of would just like to see that put fantasy with reality, stuff that happens. Also, I mean, I wish they would make like a third Little Mermaid movie. I know there's already a third one out, but like another one towards the same story, like did. But like with her daughter Melody, does she ever go back to being a mermaid? Do we ever know? Like, because I know she goes back to being human because she's still a kid. But does when she gets old enough to make her decisions, does she ever go back to the sea?
All right.
Or does she stay on land with everybody else?
I still have a feeling between you and I that there's going to be a Return to Jafar live action. You may not think it.
I don't. I'm seriously thinking they're going to skip it and go straight to freaking The King of Thieves for some reason. I just feel like they're going to skip that one because it wasn't the biggest hit per se, even when it came out in an animated version. But I mean, I could always be wrong, and I'm not trying to say I'm right, but I just feel like they would just skip that one and just go straight to The King of Thieves and talk about his father.
Or they can blend both of them together.
But also, they really can't do The King of Thieves because he said that he lost his parents in the live-action Aladdin, so his dad's gone. But I don't know if that per se means he lost them as in, like, he died, or lost them as in, like, he got left here and his family's in a different country, kingdom,
that's how it originally was. He just abandoned Aladdin.
But I know, but that's what I'm trying to say. But he's just said, I lost them. But even in, like, the animated version of Aladdin, there was scenes before, like, scenes they made already. Like, if you watch the Aladdin one we have, it does show it, that there's scenes that he talks to his mom and shows him as a kid. So, I mean, I don't know.
I still think there's a possibility of a Return to Jafar. The only reason I say that is because, again, if Jafar is a genie... But
it depends on if Disney feels like it's worth trying to make into a movie as a cash...
Come on, we know it's a possibility because...
I probably won't see it until after probably Bob Iger leaves from Disney. I probably won't see it.
I mean,
because right now Disney, he's like.
No, I know, but like the Disney fans will clamor for it. It'll get enough.
Maybe. There's some Disney fans that still don't really care for it. So
either way, they'll clamor for an Aladdin sequel. We know this.
Possibly, because you know how many backlashes got with the whole Will Smith Genie. Even people went and saw it and still had backlash of Genie. So I don't...
And which is funny because so many people talked shit and yet it was considered one of the highest grossing Disney movies so far.
Because The only reason is because people went to go see how freaking Will Smith was doing as a genie. That's basically why it made money, is because
Well, it also
people,
didn't help that we went like a couple times.
I know we went a couple of times, but we did it because we loved it. It had nothing to do with because, we want to rewatch to make sure, okay, that's what happened. I missed that the first time I watched it type thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I don't know. It's going to be a 50-50 with that one. I really do say 50-50. I can see people trying to clamor for it, but I doubt it because of, like, people don't want Will Smith. People don't want this. People don't want that. People are very picky, I know.
People don't want that.
Blending both stories would be great. However, I don't know the stories of the sequels.
So, the long and short is the return of Jafar. Iago somehow gets out of the lamp, tries to...
Well, for some reason, for some reason they got out of the Cave of Wonders, for one. They got out of it, but then... Iago gets out of the lamp, but then he's like, I don't want to talk to you, blah, blah, and he puts the lamp in the well. So I was like, okay.
And then...
Then he gets into Agrabah and he talks about whatever.
And he tries to be, like, a reformed parent. Like, he wants to do good, he's sick and tired of Jafar, he actually wants to go on the side of good.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
He wants something. He's not a on his own brain person. He has to have somebody to follow. And he sees Aladdin and the Agrabah.
Yeah, he sees Aladdin and the rest, and they don't want anything to do with him. And
Iago is a follower character. He follows. Whoever's going to win and is going to whatever, that's Iago. That's who he's going to follow. He's not going to just... He's not his own character, like a set stone person. Like, I want to do.
But at the same time, like, the Return of Jafar also gave a. That's kind of why I want the Return of Jafar to come back, because not many people they didn't like it because they didn't pay attention to Aladdin. No, it was technically Iago's movie. It was him trying to have character development.
True, I could see that too. But he's still a follower in some way.
Yeah, he's still a follower, but he kind of grew the fuck up in a way where it's like
a little bit, but not fully, but a little bit.
Yeah, I know, not fully, but it's like he did change his ways. Like, at first he was skeptical, he tried, reforming, he kind of fucked up a lot.
But at the end he redeemed himself.
Yeah, but in the end, he redeemed himself by helping them and getting rid of Jafar. So it's like, okay, that's a win.
Now, the other thing is I did not like about the Return of Jafar is Genie.
Yeah, the fact they brought back... Well, they brought in the second one. They brought Dan Castellaneta as Genie because
but
the whole Robin Williams controversy of them bringing out his name to publicize their movie really pissed him off.
He was just ticked at Disney.
So he's like, I'm never working with the mouse again. And then by Aladdin 3, they somehow convinced him to come back.
But other than that, but the second one is the Genie comes back, but he supposedly does not have powers. But for some dang-ass reason, nobody told us.
He's shackled, he has his shackles again, and he has magic powers again.
And he's sitting there doing all these powers. I'm like...
Well, in the first original Aladdin, he left with the whole, group hug and the goofy hat and all that.
But he had no shackles. They were gone.
No shackles.
So that's why I got
So he
confused.
was no longer bound to a master.
And then we get to the third one, it's the same premise. It's like, he's supposed to be free, but he's doing all these magic stuff. It makes no sense. Like, what the heck happened, Disney? You can't just sit there and be like...
Yeah, they took out
he's free here, but all of a sudden, he's doing all this and he's shackled again. Where's that plot hole? If you're going to tell me this, you better fill that plot hole if you're going to make it a sequel. Because if not, you're just... I'm saying, like, I don't know what you're doing, dude, Disney, but that is stupid because...
But that's why I was thinking about The Return of Jafar. If they do it, they're probably going to do it with style.
Possibly. They can ruin it just as much as
I know, but I'm thinking like there's a way, they summon Jafar, Will Smith's doing his own thing, he comes back to visit Aladdin on a little vacation. There comes Jafar all sultan-y like in his own mind and sees Genie free, kind of turns him back into a genie.
I doubt it's going to be like that. He won't do that because he wants to keep the power for himself.
True, but...
I doubt Jafar will ever give Genie his powers back. Genie will have to go do his own thing if that's the point.
No, but no, my point was you can create your own plot hole in that. What happens if what the fuck was it? I had it in my head, but it was just like, what happens if you can make a wish between one genie to another genie? So if like
No, because considering Will Smith's already a human, he's not a genie no more. There's no connection whatsoever. My thing is, Jafar will never give Ginny his powers back because Jafar wants to be the one and only powerful person. Because that's the whole plot of the whole first movie is Jafar wants all the power in the world. And so why would you give Ginny back his powers?
Because the plot hole would be to make Jafar the all-powerful, all-whatever, but no shackles.
He has shackles. Yeah. He can't get rid of them.
But no, he'd have to find a way to, like, not be bound to a master, even without a wish of being free.
There's no way out of it. That's the law.
I don't know.
That's the whole law of genie. And even Will Smith, and he's been there for 10,000s of years being a genie. There's no way unless the master frees him himself.
I don't know, because remember, there's a lot of gray area. There's a lot of gray area in what you wish for.
So a genie isn't a genie that was just imprisoned. It's a human that was given powers and imprisoned?
Well, I mean, again, if you look at what happens to Jafar, it's technically true. A human that got turned into an all-knowing, all-powerful genie and then imprisoned.
Yeah, because when you become a genie, you have to have the shackles. You're in prison, basically, when you become a genie. No ifs, ands, or buts about it's like you're got a signed contract without even you actually signing it. So, and then the other way around is when the human, like your master, whoever holds the thing, wishes you free, then you're free. Then you become human, obviously. That makes more sense than freaking what Disney did in the animated version. He was still blue and not, I just
Or maybe they find a way to get Will Smith. I mean, there could be.
That's the only thing I can see why this would work if Genie ever got his powers back. If we're going to that level, he has to go somewhere else. Like maybe back to the Cave of Wonders and get his powers back. Maybe there's some freaking thing there that that gives. Or
maybe there's a plot hole twist where, somehow the lamp falls into the wrong hands, and one of the wishes is, I wish for this person to wish me free. Because then you can get another person to poof in, rub the lamp, since it's a new master, and in this case it could be Aladdin or Will Smith or this character, and they're so hypnotized they wish for Jafar's freedom.
But the thing is, he won't be still a genie, he'll be back to a human! So he's back to what he was.
But back to what he was still a Grand Vizier with these huge
not really a Grand
powers.
Vizier. He won't be a Grand Vizier there. Because Jasmine's technically the Sultan now.
True, but he would still have all these powers prior to him being wished, so he would still be pretty powerful.
Nah, he wasn't really powerful. He did all these little. Yeah, but it wasn't big. Nothing he could not, where people could still control him. He could still get in prison. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I really don't see how it's going to pan out very much. But I could, there is good ideas, but I don't see it happening like that in any way, shape, or form.
All right. Is there anything else? Because I've kept spitballing ideas, and
I know, and Albert helped too with other things. But other than that, I don't think there's nothing much else to say. It's been an hour, so.
All right.
But next week, guys, it's going to be a spoiler podcast, talk about Toy Story 4, our thoughts and everything, and see how well it turned out.
So if you don't want to hear about Toy Story 4, well, then
don't come at 8 o'clock next Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time.
8 o'clock Central. Be there or be...
p.m.
Gone.
Because 8 a.m. I'll still be at work. No, I won't be at work. I'll just be in bed.
I'll just be in bed.
So, but anyways, guys, we'll see you next Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. We'll talk about Toy Story 4. Expect spoilers. And, hey, Cox. Really, Albert? Really?
Yes, 8 of Cox.
But, so, all right, guys. See you next Thursday. Have a magical day. Bye.